Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The first channel that we're looking at today is Jen.Cohen, and pardon me just for a quick second here because I may have frozen something and have to try to get it back. We'll see if my display is going to work now. The screen was frozen there for a second, but it looks like we're all good, so forgive me everyone. Usually that doesn't happen. I've changed up a couple of things today, trying out a different webcam setup and everything, but hopefully everything is as normal. The microphone is still the same thing, and you'll notice I kept it on while we had our intro going. So for anybody that hasn't already seen, you'll notice Scratch and PPA has something different going on his channel. Jessie Journals and Unboxes, thank you for the raid, by the way. She did a premiere, as she always does, on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Usually lasts anywhere from 20 minutes to half an hour, and she sent over a bunch of friends, so I appreciate that. We got quite a bit going on today. We're going to talk about channels for the next 3 hours. Emotion New Soul has new video coming out right after as a premiere, and a few hours after that, Scratch and PPA, Michael's Adventures will do a premiere. He does every day at 8 p.m. Eastern. Scratch and PPA, I noticed, has his next premiere ready to go for Tuesday. He always sets those up on Saturday, and we'll be ready for that. So Jen.Cohen is our first channel for today, and this is a creator that is a perfect definition of a dynamic host. And I actually have something I can tie in here, just a thought right before we were getting started. When I talk about channels here in Superchat, I often say almost of everybody that they are a dynamic host or creator. It's absolutely true about all of us. And the reason why is because if you ask most people what their biggest fear is in life, it's actually speaking in front of an audience. Traditionally, that means being on stage in front of a bunch of people all at once, in real life, if we want to call it that. But I think right next to that, in the same ballpark, is the idea of being on camera, putting yourself out there, and being able to do it without nervousness, without tripping too much. We all get better at it as it goes along, if we haven't done that kind of thing before. But when we start looking at some creators like Jen.Cohen, who's doing a ton of live streaming, or Jessie Journals and Unboxes, who a lot of us just watched a premiere from, one of the things that comes up, as well as being a dynamic host or creator, is the idea of following your passion. And you can hear it in Jessie Journals and Unboxes in all of her content. She unboxes a lot of different types of things and actually gets involved in a lot of collaborations and crafting, particularly with things that some people might consider they're not junk journals, but journals in general with a lot of collages. We're talking about putting a lot of different crafting supplies together and making beautiful, vibrant things with those crafting supplies, usually in a journal type format. And I haven't done that kind of thing. That's why I'm tripping over my description of this. You'll get a better idea when you go to her channel and see what I mean. But you can really hear this creator's passion come out. Jen.Cohen, who's on the screen right now, also has a lot of passion about everything she's going to talk about, and I've had the pleasure of catching her for many live streams. You'll notice as well, I've done a lot of public speaking before the idea of YouTube many years ago, so of course you will hear my passion come out when we talk about channels, my friendships with creators, things I see in the YouTube journey, and our tips and tricks that we get into when we think about YouTube videos and channels and everything else. The Stock Explorer, I'm so sorry, Nora, I missed your live stream literally by like 11 minutes. Nora went live earlier today, and I think Pete posted it in our moderator group on Instagram, I think. And I had just gotten in from something else, and was about to get ready to set up for Tuber Chat, but unfortunately I missed that. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time. If you have live streams or premieres or special things coming up, so forgive me, Jen.co, and usually what I do is I talk about the first channel of the day, and I do the introductions afterwards. So I'll get to more introductions in a moment. I got quite a few names on the wheel. We'll add some more soon. I did notice a moment ago that Buying Space dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before, and I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. So we'll look at Buying Space right after. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get around to spinning the wheel like we always do. And like I said, we got 3 hours, so lots of time to talk about a lot of channels. Now, Jen.Cohen's been a friend a long time, and like I said, this is another passionate creator. So you can see she's bringing a bit of variety on the channel, some travel-based content, a little bit of entertainment here, some shorts. These, for most creators in the Tuber Chat family, feature pure variety. A lot of these are featuring the creator herself, but she's doing well, getting into 1,400 and 5,900 views on a couple of these. Then when we think about live streaming, this is what I'm talking about. This creator's on pretty frequently. Lots of shout outs for other creators I've noticed in her content, and she really takes notice of what other people are doing on their channels, so that when she talks about them, she has a lot of knowledge about what the creators have done and what their channels and their content is about. If that makes any sense, you'll get more of an idea of what I'm talking about when you visit Jen.Cohen. And like I said, this creator's been a friend a long time now. She is working on 260 subscribers right now, 300 soon enough. We know she's already thinking about it, so hopefully we'll get her another couple of subscribers today and get her a little bit farther towards that milestone. So forgive me, let's get Buying Space ready to go. And I actually overhauled my whole desk and computer system this week, and all I mean is rearranging it, cleaning up a bit, tidying. It's almost like spring cleaning, but in October, and rearranging a few things. So I'm using actually GoPro as a webcam today. I reset my lights a little bit. I could see I could do a better job with those, but it should be a little bit better than it has been for many months. And then we'll talk more about that another time. So Two Pineapples is in the house. Another dear friend. Lou and Anna make up that channel. Lou is experimenting with all kinds of different things. They have a 24-hour live stream, but he's often listening while working or doing other things. But I appreciate you coming into the chat today. Emotion New Soul is here. That's the creator we're going to look at right after Tuber Chat. He's got a premiere coming up. I'll get his name on the wheel. We'll talk about Buying Space in another moment here. I've already got Scratch and PPA and Canadian Family Life up at the top of the wheel, of course. Crafty Witch 232 and Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative is there. Create and Relate is on the wheel. PK Adventure Travels, I noticed Ryan Parker Studios came in. That's Ryan's second channel. The Stock Explorer is on the wheels, a beloved and dedicated moderator, of course. Home by Design with Marilyn is about to be added. Kyle Vlogs is in the house. Handicap Traveler is here. Hooked by Blair's been here from the beginning of the stream, so thanks for coming in early. Create with Becca is in the house. I know I'm going to miss a lot of channels today because I didn't even start introductions for the first 10 minutes. Coffee Walks and Whatever, it's good to see you here. Longtime friends. NDG Live always has positive and motivating things to say in the chat, so thanks for being here. Miss Canadian Scrappers in the house. Diamond Art Queen established 2020. Please let me know if you're still in the house. Stay Stace is here as well. Stay Stace, I believe, is the creator that Jessie was talking about in her collaboration. And I have to admit, I was entertained by the disclaimers at the end of the video when they talk about things like giveaways and prizes and things like that. You can tell all the different things that have happened to people and the stories that have been told by the disclaimers that they have to go through, and that is something like what we see in radio and television commercials, especially for pharmaceuticals. You know how like they do that really fast talking after about all the different things that they're they're either not responsible for or the side effects that can happen. So I'm pretty sure nobody's going to get any side effects from Jesse's giveaway today that she's talking about. But there is a lot of disclaimers that people have to give. So my answer to it all is none of what you hear in Tuber Chat is financial advice, but go ahead and try to sue me, because I promise you the joke's on you. And hopefully everybody's entertained by that. So let's talk about buying space. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Awkward Quilter G, hey, good to see you in the house. Stace is making me laugh. I got a story for you as well. And then, yes, Jessie Journalson unboxes. When she said allergies, I almost fell off my chair because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm allergic to everything. So, Sean the Great Gamer's been a friend from the beginning. Good to see you in... good to see you. They've been a friend since probably the beginning of Tuber Chat, about 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. The Cam fam, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then Relax with Mel. I know you might not be feeling 100%, but thank you for being here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Yeah, I think Ryan is still here, Ryan Parker Studios. I gotta complain about the alien tape again. It's my fault because I tried to do something here. I have my webcam is a GoPro now, and I didn't want to use this thing. I have a GoPro 5 from many years ago, and I had bought that used off Facebook, but it worked out well, and it's been perfect ever since. But I did get a 12 not too long ago. That was kind of a side deal. Somebody needed to pay me for something. I said, okay, just take $500 off and give me the GoPro. And I've got this GoPro 12 now. So I'm using it as a webcam, and I've got it mounted with a couple of different things you can imagine. You know, there's a million attachments for GoPros and this and that on my desk. But the way I've had my webcams mounted for a long time is upside down under the hutch. If you can imagine, I have a desk. It's got one of those hutches on top with the cupboards and the shelf and everything. So the camera used to be mounted upside down. And I tried to do that with the GoPro, but it's just too heavy for alien tape alone. So it lasted many hours. I put it up yesterday, and it actually fell in the middle of the night, but I thought, okay, no problem. I'll just like redo it and get it ready for today. I put it up today and it fell again. So I'm going to have to, I didn't want to drill screws into my furniture, but I might have to do that. But in the meantime, I put it like this. But alien tape is serving me pretty well otherwise. And it was probably my fault because I put the alien tape up and I didn't mount the GoPro for like an hour afterwards because I was busy playing with it and trying to figure it out. And the green screen effect that you see right now is actually a feature included in Streamlabs desktop. Very much like Zoom or another platform, if you've ever done like the green screen thing without actually having a green screen. So that technology is getting better and better. But I'll watch this back after and see how it is. Hopefully it looks okay. Amy loses it. Good to see you in the house. Just Jason Keto and more is not only a fellow Canadian, but a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. So I've got them on the wheel. M&T Living It. Good to see you in the house. No, it just fell, Kyle Vlogs, because it's too heavy. A GoPro with its battery in, with a cable hanging out of it to charge it, because you have to plug it in to use it as a webcam as far as I know. And then the attachments that I've got, it all starts to weigh, like I wouldn't be surprised if it was much more than a pound or two. Even for something so small, a pound anyway. But even if it's not, it's just too much for a piece of tape to hold it perfectly upside down. So that makes sense. But I like to say that to Ryan, because Ryan's the one who got me into the alien tape, which I've been using more and more actually. What I will tell you though that I love about alien tape is the fact that it always comes off. So I've used it, I believe, on drywall, like with paint. I've used it on the furniture, which is actually laminate with like MDF or whatever. I've used it in the car on plastic. every single thing that I've pulled it off from, it always comes off without those tiny little pieces you have to scrape off, like stickers and mailing labels and stuff. And it never damages anything. There's no mark, there's no line around it or anything like that. So I like that a lot. JC Calamity Jane, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Living and Crafting with MS, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And that's true too, yeah. Ryan Parker Studios. When I first heard about Alien Tape from Ryan, it was in a video that they've got, and I'll talk about it when I get to his channel, but it's a tour of their RV where Ryan and Mel talk about the tips and tricks they use to make their camping life a little bit easier and the customizations they've done in their camper where they use that Alien Tape. And so I've been using it ever since. I ordered it right away. I've been using it. The first thing I did was put it in the car. And that's to have my phone chargers, right? So I can mount the phone for the GPS and then have a line running, you know, all over the place. But you don't want it getting in front of the stick shift or the whatever we want to call those things and everything else. So I use the Alien Tape for that with little tiny things that I don't have any in front of me again, that hold your cables. And they... when the heat came through the window, it kind of dislodged a little bit. But it lasts a very long time. I will give it that. Vampire bat tape? Yes, I don't know if I've heard of that yet. I don't think so. But anything would be worth a try. That's for sure. Yeah, Alien Tape, it works. There you go, Scratch and PPA, absolutely. I do enjoy duct tape, the real duct tape and any kind of duct tape. I have my favorite, for anybody keeping score, my favorite duct tape is Nashua. It's the perfect, I've tried a million for different reasons, but even outdoors doing construction and stuff like that, it always comes off, but it sticks better than most. So that's the... Pete's going to make me laugh the whole stream now. And then Buying Space is up on the screen. So when we look at... forgive me for anything I've missed in the chat, and everyone. When we look at Buying Space on the... screen right now. This is actually a longtime friend. I didn't realize you were part of the Fall Fest 25 giveaway for today. Usually I take everybody's latest video and put it into my catch-up list so I can catch up with their channel. It's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with people. But I'm going to take the Fall Fest 25 giveaway video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up playlist here. And that will give me a chance to keep caught up with them. And then when we spin the damn wheel, yes, the Stock Explorer, it's going to be any second. When we look at Buying Space, we're going to see they've got quite a bit of information on their About section. They talk about keeping a lot of items out of the landfills. I see them out supporting a lot of other creators more than anything else as well, and they've got quite a bit of variety in their shorts videos here, 3,200, 5,000, and continuing on. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they were just live a month ago. They seem to do these somewhat sporadically, but we'll see if they're going to continue them. I'm sure they will. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. And we know that Buying Space is working on 1,500 subscribers. So we would love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone as well. And then let's spin the wheel and we'll get the next channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Jason, is that the first time you've been picked first from the wheel? I think it's happened at least once before, but I could be wrong. All of our moderators on this channel know what it's like to be picked first and picked dead last in streams, now that we're on 880 of these, if you can believe that. And then, there you go, yeah, Just Jason Keto's referencing. I saw a post. I should have saved it. I don't think I did. The post that tells you whether or not you should use duct tape or WD-40. They're the two things that have lasted literally for over 100 years, I believe. And still tried and true, both of them. And yes, if I didn't say it, the Fall Fest 25 giveaway, Jesse Journals and Unboxes took part in that. Lots of our friends were part of it. I think they said there was 38 channels Or am I mistaken? Maybe it was more than that this year. And they do it every year, and it's hosted by Gail Southern Living. She's been a dear friend for many years also. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yes, Living and Crafting with MS is still in the house. Vintage Style by Joe is here. Always good to see you. Darlene's Garden and Home. It is a lot of live streams. And it's so funny because they say in life it takes 100 hours to get good at anything and 1,000 hours to get great at it. And I certainly wouldn't say that I'm great. It's just that I've done a lot of live streaming because this is one channel. I've done many live streams on many other channels. And literally, so I've done my 1,000. So not just hours, but actually like times doing something. And I always plan for that anytime I'm going to do anything at all. This is why I named the live streams for Tuber Chat starting with 001, knowing that I would expect to do at least 1,000. 10,000 is too much. I don't know if we're going to make that because it could take like years. It's already taken us almost 6 years to get to 1,000 episodes, and we're still a year away from that. Oki's Eden, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. 99 Midnight Gamer YT, good to see you here as well. And then Just Jason Keto and More. I keep saying Just Jason Keto and More because that was his name for a while. He trimmed it down a little bit. This creator is going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. He's been a friend for years. I've actually met up with him a few times in person. Music Fun 345, good to see you here. The Source is in the house. And the Gross Bargain Emporium, Steph, is coming in and dropping a gifted membership. So thank you for that. Stace will be happy to have that. That channel's getting quite a bit of attention today. And that's thanks to Jesse Journals and Unboxes, of course. Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. Mark the Shark, another generous creator who sent me 2 different embroidered beautiful hats, as a matter of fact. And I still appreciate that. When we talk about Just Jason Keto, this creator's got a second channel now as well, and I'll show you that in another moment. When we look at Just Jason Keto, we see he's working on 6,700 subscribers now, so he's grown pretty rapidly. And this was started many months ago. I think it's almost a year ago now, isn't it? That one video took off, and then 9 months ago he had this video kind of take off, and then a few more have really popped, but they carry all the surrounding videos with them. What I mean by that is if you have a video that does really, really well, the few videos before it and the few videos after it will reap those benefits. And as our channels continue to grow and we have more and more videos doing better and better, the whole channel kind of starts to, all the videos carry each other kind of thing. Your top 10% will always be the top 10, and the bottom 10 will kind of just sit there, but that goes for everybody. But everything in between starts to move, and you really enjoy that too. And then, thank you, JC Calamity Jane. I'm always happy for every moment everybody can spend. I certainly don't expect anybody to be here for any amount of time. Even if you're just coming by to say hello or give a thumbs up, I'll appreciate that. And then I know, like I said, we've got some friends that run the stream in the background, like 2 Pineapples. They've been a dear friend since the beginning here. Nikki Silver Stacker is going to be going live tonight at 8 p.m. right around the same time as Michael's Adventures is going to drop our premiere. Most of us who watch YouTube on computers are going to be running many windows at a time, or using different devices and things like that as well. And then Just Jason Keto's hoping to have his videos do better than the shorts, which I bet that'll be a game that will go on for eternity, where you'll have videos that'll do really well in the top 10, and then you'll get a short that'll really break out. Real Outdoor Living, good to see you here. We'll see. Just Jason Keto's done well with shorts so far. I don't know why I didn't see your video. Oh, yesterday, yes. I was out all day yesterday and most of today, as a matter of fact. He's got a brand new video. He usually premieres those in the evenings on Saturday. Eastern, of course. I say evening, but I'm in the Eastern time zone. I'm just going to put his latest video on my catch-up list. He's done a lot of these chaffle recipes, but he essentially helps us with healthy eating and healthy living with a focus on keto-based diet and lifestyle choices, and that might include recipes, of which he has literally, by now it's got to be hundreds. But these chaffle recipes he's known for, but he's got a lot of other recipes as well. All easy to make, simple to follow the instructions, and only featuring a few ingredients each. Then he brings us a lot of product reviews as well, and the list of ingredients there. We can understand from Just Jason Keto and his community how those ingredients are going to affect us. He brings a lot of guests onto his channel, both for videos and live streams. I'll show you those in a moment. And he does other product reviews as well. He might do things like this barbecue here, the Dash Minis that make the chaffles. He might be doing a vacuum sealer or other ideas. And then once in a while, he brings some variety. Once a year, he does a hummingbird video, and then occasionally he'll take us for a look outdoors if he goes on vacation or to visit another city or something like that. Shorts on this channel give us a hint about healthy looking or grilling shorts, getting into 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 views, 22,000 on one of them, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, and he's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. He often has guests with him. Sometimes it's Jason and just his community in the chat, doing some Q&A, talking keto and other ideas. We actually talk a lot of YouTube in there as well. But there's a vibrant community there that will help with questions and comments, whether it's something keto related, healthy eating, healthy living, or YouTube itself. And like I said, he's got guests on the channel as well. Beauty Citrine TV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Great with Becca is here. If you seek Amy, that is the same creator behind Amy Loses It. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to get your channel up on the screen right after Nikki Silver Stacker, who also dropped a super chat. So thank you for that. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And Just Jason Keto has got another channel, and the handle for that one is It's Just Jason. And this is where he features content that he's got that he just wants to separate from the other channel, because he recently took a long vacation, actually across all of Canada, and brought a bunch of footage. So he started dumping some content onto this channel right now, including a handful of shorts and another driving video, and I believe he's got much more to share. 29 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push him towards the first 100. We all know that that's an important and exciting milestone for any channel, including creators that already have done that at least once, which Jason has, obviously, a long time ago. Real Outdoor Living, thanks for the super chat. You're going to come up right after Create and Relate. They just did the same thing. The Gross Bargain Emporium, Steph, actually, we got to look at as well. She gifted a membership earlier. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So in the spirit of making sure everybody gets the most out of the time that they spend here, the hints that I can give you, sometimes I give hints about how exactly to connect with creators here and make sure that you're, like I said, maximizing that time or maximizing the opportunity while you're here. The best success is always found in making the first move, reaching out to other creators first, doing all the things you wish they would do for you, knowing that after you go to their channel, you watch a 3-minute video, you leave a meaningful, genuine comment of 3 or 4 sentences, they will easily find you and then return all of that and more. So often what will happen is the people who've been here most you know, a large number of times, let's say, they will not go to a brand new channel in the chat. You know, if we say like, hey guys, come visit me, they won't, because people are worried about their own channel more than anything else. We have to remind ourselves to think about other people's channels more so. And I promise you, if you give much more than you expect to receive in all the things we talk about here, you'll get more than you expected before you first came in. That certainly goes for everybody, and I'm certain most people who've been here many times before will back me up on that. But we want to make sure everybody enjoys their time here. We can only do 3 streams a week. We can only be here for 3 hours at a time. I wish it could be 24 hours a day, but we just can't. So we want to make sure everybody gets value for their time while they're here. Thanks for keeping that membership going, Gene Literick, and then M&T Living It dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before. We're going to get their channel up on the screen right after Real Outdoor Living. I've got quite a list here, but we're going to move through channels a little bit quicker starting right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And Just Jason Keto's also gifting the membership along with Gene Literick. So thank you for that. Gene Literick's going to come up right after M&T Living It. And then we just looked at Just Jason Keto's channel. So thank you for the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And then It's Me Alec, I know, is in the house. And then, no, sorry, thank you. I haven't put you on the wheel yet, but It's Me Alec. I know you were here at the beginning of the stream. I see you back in the chat, and thank you for the reminder. I don't mean to forget those things, but I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. And then when we look at the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, this is a creator who's obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. She has been for a long time. She's just got a few videos on the front of the channel here, including a little bit of music made with this Uno system that a lot of people are familiar with. But this creator also has some shorts. These, like most people, feature pure variety. A lot of outdoor footage here, but already getting into 1,000 views, 1,200 on another one, which is great to see. And when we look at the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, the magic on this channel happens in the live stream. She's got plenty set up in advance. At least a dozen set up in advance here. I've got notifications on for all of them. We set notifications for everything we see, like live streams and premieres, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. We just want to do all we can for each other and all we can to make sure we get those notifications when we actually want them. Butler Family Farm, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I took the other day off. You can hear my voice is still a little bit scratchy. It's just not going away, and I've been resting. I promise you, you know, I was out today and I was out yesterday, but they were fairly relaxing days and times, not stressful. I've been trying to keep the talking to a minimum, but there's just something in the air. You know, that's October, right? It's the season for it. So hopefully I'm avoiding anything worse, but it's just a scratchy voice. I don't, you know, haven't been sick or anything like that. And then when we look at, pardon me, the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, and I should always say hello to Mr. Steph as well, Mr. Stephanie. When you go to this channel, Steph's usually got friends with her on StreamYard panels, and I'll describe the live streams in a moment, but Mr. Stephanie is always there. Sometimes in voice, but always in the chat, and always promoting other channels and helping Steph, obviously, but really staying on top of sharing channels and links and things in the chat, which, you know, I put a lot of focus on that when we find people who are supporting each other. The biggest complaint that I've gotten on YouTube in the last 8 years that I've been on is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support us when we can find people online willing to do it? So I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members willing to support each other in their YouTube journeys, if that makes sense. And then when we look at the Gross Bargain Emporium stuff, so exactly what is happening here are live auction style sales. So what happens is Steph will take items, put them up on the screen, and give people the opportunity to bid on those items while the live stream is going on. And it's a really cool idea, and that format is really getting more and more popular as time goes on. If anybody follows Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V as he's known, that is another influencer who talks about business and marketing and social media and things like that, and he's saying all the money in the next 5 years is going to be made in live auction style sales like this. So it's great to see people like the Gross Bargain Emporium staff who had the foresight to be involved in this stuff before it really started to hit the mainstream. So I expect these creators to do better and better. But the Gross Bargain Emporium staff's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, like I said. Thank you for the gifted membership. She's done things like that countless times before. I've got a little bit of a list of channels to go through when we get back. We're going to go for a break right now. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, we'll play a clip from our interview series. And this is a group of videos now listed in a playlist and as a podcast. Extremely informative because all of the creators featured, first of all, have been with us for years. They're going through all the same things we are. The only difference is they have all passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're the master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag change.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, oh, I can just look at a plane, or, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It
like,
does make a difference.
it does. It's like, from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it see, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people probably don't know it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great, but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come right back. All right, we're just about back. Oh, pardon me, I'm looking at my work schedule. Up Designs Customs, good to see you in the house. Whistle Stop Homestead, good to see you here. I gotta get ready after Tuber Chat this evening for my full-time gig. I'm lucky enough to be able to do that, but tomorrow I gotta figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing. Nikki Silver Stacker's up on the screen. I left the front page here because I wanted to show you that Nora was actually featured on this channel not too long ago. Now, Nora sent this creator in as a new friend. Nikki Silver Stacker's been here for what I believe is every stream after that. Nora is a beloved and dedicated moderator. Some people will notice that the price of silver and gold have been in the news lately because they've been hitting all-time highs. So somebody like Nikki Silver Stacker can help us understand why that is. and help us understand the differences between precious metals and numismatic collectible coins. I'm a huge fan of precious metals, and it's great to see so many of our silver stacking friends have probably done very well up until right now, and we'll see how that's going to continue. Nikki Silver Stacker's on 168 subscribers right now. I'm just going to grab one of his latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about with a fun name that I use to keep caught up with creators. Nikki Silver Stacker has got some shorts on this channel, mostly featuring the creator himself, but one at 1,100 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they seem to be doing these almost once a week. Every week or two, they've got one set up for today. Actually, they'll be on at 8 o'clock. Lots of content today at 8 o'clock, as a matter of fact. Michael's Adventures will drop his premiere. We saw another live stream that's going to be happening, and then this one here as well. The J. Jordan, thank you for the share. Trish the Natural, good to see you in the house as well. They're both members, so I'll get them onto the wheel right this second. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. In the next break, which will probably be 15 minutes or 20 minutes from now, I will clean up the wheel a little bit from names we haven't seen in a while. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for the full 3 hours that we're here. And then members and moderators will always be re-added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, though. So Nikki Silver Stacker dropped a super chat. Thank you for that extra generous support. I certainly do appreciate it. And Nikki Silver Stacker has done that before. Next up is another creator who did the same thing. If you seek Amy, the same creator behind Amy Loses It.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle Vlogs. And Stace, I hadn't put you on the wheel, but you did pick up that gifted membership today, so I've got you on there now. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So I don't know if, I think Amy added the K onto the name after our last stream, which is almost a week ago now. But if you seek Amy K, is the name of this channel. Now I'm still getting to know this creator. It looks like they're bringing some travel content here in the latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list like I do for most creators. And they give us a bit of information on their about section, both about the channel and about the creator. I'm always happy to see travel-based content because we couldn't see it for a few years, and then we had this influx of travel and cruising channels, for instance, that have come in over the last few years, and now we get to see a lot more, which is great. Then this creator has gotten into 2,000, 2,200 views on some of these shorts videos, and then live streams as well. They did one, might have been an experiment, maybe they expect to kick things off, but we'll be there to support them either way. If you seek Amy K is working on 400 subscribers over here, and this is a creator that's also bringing a channel that talks primarily about weight loss, but the idea of healthy eating and healthy living. This creator is going to share some of their personal experience on their about section, and I see they've got a brand new video from a few days ago as well. So I'm going to put that in my catch-up list also. You can see this is a dynamic creator, and over 400 subscribers on this channel, which is also great to see. And then Amy Loses It. Can I lose the weight before I lose my mind? Which is fantastic. I think that's very well done for this channel. Pumpkins in Wonderland, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Whistle Stop Homestead, I think I said hello. It's good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Ace Flaw 1, Andy's been a friend of mine for probably 6 years. Good to see you in the house as well. And Amy Loses It. And if you seek Amy K, thank you so much for the super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Create and Relate is coming up for the same reason.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Our Crafty Home, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house, and everybody will be willing to connect. You'll see our instructions in our video description. And then, Butler Family Farm. Yes, I forgot to put them on the wheel when they came in. I mentioned them. You'll take Create and Relate spot on the wheel. Butler Family Farm, Jerry and Susan are here for just about every stream as well, but they've got their check mark in the chat, so they're very easily identifiable. And then Create and Relate is up on the screen right now. Tropical Buzz is here. That's actually the Stock Explorer with a second channel. And we still have yet to look at the Stock Explorer, but we'll see them at some point. They're on the wheel also as a beloved and dedicated moderator. I wonder if Scratch and PPA is inspiring others to dress up their channels or avatars for the Halloween season. Now that we've got a week going left, I think it is, right? I should have thought about doing that for Superchat. I never changed the avatar on Superchat. I don't think I've changed it even once in the last 5.5 years, but it could be a fun idea. I don't know if I'll find time between now and Halloween, but maybe I'll get that done and come up with an idea for Christmas or something like that. And then Create and Relate up on the screen right now. They've got a premiere coming up today, actually right after Tuber Chat. So right after we're finished here, Emotion New Soul is going to drop a brand new video. And right after that, Create and Relate looks like they've got a brand new video as well. Jimmy the Racing Channel, good to see you here. When we look at Create and Relate, we see this creator is over 600 subscribers. And we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 700 we know they're thinking about. They mentioned the ideas of craft, color, and connection. This creator actually does some product reviews as well. I'm just going to grab the latest that they've got here with a Rode USB mic, it looks like, which is a cool device. Then they've got Cricut machines. They talk about these. They show us how to use them. They've got reviews of other products that might relate not only to creativity or the creation of merchandise for our YouTube channels, but our YouTube journeys as well. They've got hard drive, at least one. They've got lighting on the channel. They've got at least one camera, I think more than one. And it's interesting to see the mix of both creativity and product reviews that they've got going on. Shorts bring even more variety, but these have gotten into 1,000 and 1,400 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a few months, but I've been lucky enough to catch this creator for a couple of diamond painting live streams. And I keep mentioning this about diamond painting, but I think that my personal enjoyment in this, I don't do any, I don't have any, but I have watched a lot of creators' videos where they're creating these diamond painting creations, let's just say. But I think I like it because I always like pixel art, and it reminds me of that kind of a thing. I was born in the 70s and grew up in the 80s, so I have this instinctive love for anything pixel, or it's not really video games anymore. And I do have shiny object syndrome as well. I get distracted easily, so diamond painting certainly lends itself to that idea.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Yeah, I'm not sure about when our time change happens here in the Eastern time zone this year. Usually right around Halloween, so it's got to be this upcoming weekend or the week after that. And this is the time where we get an extra hour of sleep. So I know a lot of people enjoy it. I'm just happy that the phones that we all use in our computers and everything update themselves. Because, you know, I'm old enough to remember a world where you would, you know, just about be late for everything for a few days because the clocks would be all wrong. You have to go around the whole house doing the microwave and the VCR and the clock radios and any other thing that you might have. But watches too. Anybody who's wearing a traditional watch. Real Outdoor Living is up on the screen right now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. Actually, I caught them for a live stream the other day. This is really cool. Where they were working on a truck. Where did wasn't it a live stream or was it a premiere? It wasn't this premiere, was it? Oh, maybe it was 23 minutes. Yeah, I thought I caught them for a live stream because I recognized that, but that's why I recognize it. Yeah, it was a premiere. I don't know why I made that mistake, but that's okay. Great to see you working on your own vehicle. I have not done a lot of that in my lifetime. I'm very thankful for one auto shop class I took, and I can't remember which grade it was in, 9, 10, 11, or 12, whatever it was. We had it in our high school, and I have done a couple of things. I've changed a couple of tires. I've changed a couple alternators. I put a rad in one thing. My dad stood there one day and said, we're going to order the radiator and you're going to put it in. You're going to stand here and you're going to do it until it's done. So on my first ever vehicle. So I'm happy for the experience of having done it. I haven't done much since then, but I think the basics of learning how we could do things like change belts or what to do if you can't and they break in the middle of the road, because it can happen. And things like that, and changing tires and, doing your own washer fluid and changing windshield washer wipers and things like that. Some of the really easy stuff I think is a great idea because you can save a lot of money doing that. If you're going for an oil change and you got to pay them an extra $20, $30, or $40 or whatever they're going to charge you to put windshield wipers on, you could have done it yourself and you could have bought the windshield wipers on sale or from an auction or from one of our YouTube friends or on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or something. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,100 views, 3,500 on one, which is great to see. Like I said, I'm still getting to know the channel, but I was happy to catch that premiere the other day. I don't know why I was thinking it was live. And then live streams on the channel, so they're doing plenty of these, and it seems like they're doing them more than once a week or once a week on average. So I'll be looking forward to catching you for another one of these. JC Calamity Jane, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm going to put your channel up right after Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. Butler Family Farm, thank you for the super chat. He might be trying to hold on to that stream boss position. I'm not sure if it got taken away from you today. It looked like it might have been for a while there, and I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support from everybody right now. He is going to try to take over the stream boss position. And yes, thank you for that. So I usually do this during the breaks, but let's get this done and we'll wrap up the idea of super chats and things like that for today.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Now, we looked at Real Outdoor Living because they dropped a super chat, and M&T Living It did the same thing. So we're looking at their channel right now as well. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, but we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment as well. I see Coach Juliet Edens coming in, and I'm going to put them on the wheel because they happen to be a member, and our Crafty Home is dropping a super chat as well. So thank you for that. I see Greenland Quilter Katie coming in with one of these. And just as a quick reminder, I know I just set the goal. I really, say that I don't like to solicit this kind of thing. I do appreciate all of the extra generous support, but it is absolutely unnecessary. The wheel and the screen are open to everyone. On really overwhelmingly busy days like this, it's hard to get to more than a few channels from the wheel, but sometimes we get around to more than others. Everybody has the chance to be on the wheel and the screen. It basically comes down to who's most active in the chat. Magic Frog Crochet, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Chef Zed's Kitchen, good to see you as well. Greenland Quilter Katie is actually dropping a super chat so that we will look at another channel. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is an incredibly supportive creator, and we will absolutely look at her channel. And we've seen that kind of thing done many times before. Even Greenland Quilter Katie has done it repeatedly, and I appreciate that. I think Hadgeways is in the house bringing us travel content. Good to see you here. And M&T Living It has been a friend for many years. This channel's actually done really well with some cooking videos, but they've got lots more. It's actually a variety channel, I think, more than anything else. They'll give you a lot of information on the About section, but this family in Florida is going to bring us cooking, fishing, RC cars, cruises when they can, taste testing reviews. And I see they've got a brand new video, so I've put this in my catch-up list, but you see some of the ideas here between the product reviews, the family togetherness. If we dig through the channel enough, you will find that RC car racing and other devices, lots of cooking videos, and some of these have done really well even in shorts on this channel. Plenty of shorts, over 5,000 views. Featuring usually the cooking videos. A few others here, and then they've gotten into 20,000 on one short and 50,000 on another one, which is great to see. They're at 2,700 subscribers now, which is also fun to know. And then they are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they've been live streaming. They did one a month ago. We'll see if they're going to keep those up. They do them sporadically, but they've got I've got the notification bell on. We always set notifications for every single channel. Rachel Aloha, thanks for coming in, and thank you for the share. I always appreciate every thumbs up, every share, all the different things we do for each other, and every moment everybody's here, of course.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. One thing everybody can notice here, if you want to, you notice I play those clips, and it's really just to save my voice. I say a lot of the same things over and over and over again, of course, but those clips just give me that little break to take a sip of a drink or something and keep the voice going. But you're going to notice that in those clips that I play in my camera area there, that the camera that I used is kind of above me or almost at eye level. And then you notice that the camera I have today is shooting up from underneath. And I just want to point out to everybody, you can see that it's much better when the camera is higher, shooting either at your eye level or slightly above, than it is from underneath. So that's something you can see in real time here. But I just wanted to point it out because when we're doing our setups, it doesn't matter if you're using a phone or anything else. When I started on YouTube, I was stacking books to set the phone on before I had holders or anything else. Everybody can do that, but these are the kind of simple little tricks that can make things look a little bit better. I had much better lighting when I had that office for a little while and everything else, and I've kind of moved everything around again, so I'll try to improve that as time goes on. And then so Magic Frog Crochet, thank you for sharing that. The idea of the question that you ask, consistency, in my opinion, everybody in the chat can answer ideas that you have to share with everybody. Consistency seems to be the key. And I've talked about this for many years, but I've run other channels other than my own. And in every case, what happens is when we put out a video a week, the channel starts to really grow. You get a solid and strong foundation on top of the things we're doing here. But putting out one video a week, if possible, can start to build that consistency for you. And then after a long while, it's sometimes longer for other people, for some people it's longer than others, is what I mean to say. We can't really predict that, but eventually what happens for everyone is that luck, or whatever we want to call it, comes along, and some of our videos start to move and they carry the whole channel. And it's absolutely true in YouTube as everything else in life, it seems, that you can live by the 80-20 rule or the 90-10 rule or whatever rule you want to call it, but your top 10 videos are probably going to carry most of the channel. And then your bottom 10% of your videos will probably sit at a very slow pace. But that goes for everyone. It doesn't matter whether we have 1,000 subscribers, 10,000, 100,000, or even more. But that's the idea, the consistency more than anything else. And then if anybody has other ideas, by all means, the idea is for us to share all of that with each other. I enjoy learning from creators every day as well. Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house, by the way. I know you've been here since the beginning of the stream. And then I think Rushing Wind Mountain just dropped a super chat for Handicapped Traveler. So we will look at their channel right after Greenland Quilter Katie and Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then if anybody needs me to elaborate or has other ideas that you would like an opinion on. The idea here is I try not to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. Right? That's not the idea. The idea is just to share my own experiences, and everybody here in the chat does the same thing. And we can all continue to learn from each other. We take what we learned here, add it to what we already know and what we're going to continue to learn, and then we can all make our own decisions. Because every channel is individual, every creator is unique. Those things are absolutely true. I know people probably get tired of hearing that from everybody. They just want an answer. What time should I post? How many videos a week should I make? And things like that. But I can give you the minimums that I've seen over the years work for everybody and work for me, including putting up a video a week. It's the number one thing that we can do when we think about growth and overall for our channel. All of the other things are trying to get people to watch, trying to get people to thumbs up, and doing shorts and cross-promoting on social networks and things like that. But it's having the content out there, content that's valuable to people, whether it's entertaining, whether it's educational or informative. There's lots of different types of content we can make as long as we're doing it consistently. And once a week seems to be the minimum for a sweet spot, let's just say. And then, AI voices is a consideration, of course. Lots of people do faceless channels. For live streams, I have seen an AI system. I don't know what it is. I got to try to track down the creator and try to ask them. What they've got is a camera. They use their own voice, but the camera turns into a cartoon, so you don't actually see the creator. I know some creators don't want to be on camera and things like that, but there are AI systems. I did a trivia game on my personal channel a while back, and that's an AI system where the AI can actually do the whole hosting of everything. Those things are going to get better and better. I'm amazed at how good they've gotten up until today. Way better than I would have thought. I would have lost money betting on the progress. But my gosh, are we ever living in rapidly changing times today. But when we think about AI, AI can be used to put together videos for you, including B-roll footage, or you can make what they call fantastical content. When you think about an elephant that can fly through the air, but also underwater surrounded by fish and seaweed and stuff like that, you wonder, that sounds crazy, but you can. And YouTube's given us tools for that as well. Life Between Worlds, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. I've got quite a list to get through. I'm going to try to speed things up here, but we're going to put your channel up right after Rushing Wind Mountain. And then soon we'll get back to spinning the wheel. But again, if anybody needs me to elaborate, by all means. And anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Raymond Tacular forever. Good to see you here. Don's channel is also in the house. And Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. We see the creativity on this channel as they approach 900 subscribers. They're soon going to be on the road to 1K, which is very exciting and important, of course. And then Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. I'm just going to grab your latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list, as I do for most creators. We see that they've got some information on their About section. They're going to show us some shopping as well as thrifting. They're going to create original art and repurpose other items that might have otherwise been passed along, if that makes any sense. They've got shorts here at 2,000, 2,300, 4,600 on one of these, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they seem to be doing these sporadically every month or two, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. It's been a few months. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, and again, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. It's time for us to take another break. I'm going to keep doing it because I got to give my voice a rest. I got a bit of a scratchy throat, and we want to make sure we get through the next hour and a half or so. Still lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere later today. Emotion New Soul is dropping a premiere right after Tuber Chat. Our moderators always allow everybody to connect the same way we do here in their premieres and live streams, so you'll have an extended amount of time to connect with people today. But I'll try to speed things up as soon as we get back from that break. We'll hurry things up right now as well and get to a clip from our interview series. These are videos on the Tuber Chat channel now. This creator might have just hit 4 million views. I think I saw a Facebook post from Edna's World today.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. It's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back,
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be
Right.
as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's
Right.
okay.
All right, we'll go for 3.5 minutes and then we'll come right back. All right, we're almost back. I'm just making sure I got the wheel set up here. It's me, Alec, is still in the house. I know Glorious Platter, our dear friend, has come in. I've got still a list of channels to go through, and I should have put up Butler Family Farm already, but we'll see what they've got going on. A handful of different channels here either drop super chats or gifted memberships. Jane Litterick did that. Butler Family Farm kept the stream boss position. Every super chat of membership knocks a little bit of life off of this video game life meter you see under my camera here. It's called the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel, and Butler Family Farms sniped that position many times before. Rob is actually on a cruise right now, cruising on the high season travel, is actually out on a cruise. Who said they were going to be on the cruise with you? Was that Jeremy? I think from Cruising on the High Season Travel, Rob. Yeah, I think Jeremy is going on the same cruise a week from now. So Rob might be gone for a couple weeks, actually. But thanks for coming in. Butler Family Farm is Jerry and Susan. These creators have 116 acres of farmland to share with us, essentially homesteading type content. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to stay caught up with Butler Family Farm. They post frequently, usually at least a couple of times a week, and Jerry and Susan share the camera work together. They bring us all around their property. 116 acres is a lot to show. They've got a lot of livestock as well. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, and koi. And then sometimes they have visitors. Sometimes they're out connecting with other creators. They bring us outdoors. They show us all it takes to look after the farm and their property. They bring us into their home. Jerry brings us into the shop. He does some incredible woodworking in there. And these creators take us on the road whenever they can as well. They recently took part in the Cruise in Alaska 25 project, where they went on a cruise from Seattle to Alaska for a week, and they brought us a lot of footage from that vacation as well. They've got shorts over here. These have gotten into 12,000, even 54,000 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel. Now, you know that Butler Family Farm has got a check mark in the chat, and I say that often, and what that means is they've passed their 100,000 subscribers. They've actually passed 112,000 now, which is great to see. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And Butler Family Farm let us know that about a year ago, they started using the YouTube promotion system, which is something in the YouTube studio that allows a legitimate way to advertise your channel through traditional advertising, let's just say. And Jerry says he'll share information with anybody that wants to know about that kind of thing, but that's how a channel can grow this rapidly. As well, Butler Family Farm are here with us in Tuber Chat just about every single stream for as long as I can remember. They've been friends for years, and they're out supporting other people all the time. They're going to hit 113,000 soon. Spoiler alert, when you catch them for one of their live streams, you're going to see their play button on their wall. Jerry and Susan stream every Monday at 6:45 Eastern, and they give us a chance to get to know them. Sometimes they have StreamYard panels with other guests, and sometimes they're on the road as well. They tend to head out to a lot of larger meetups with even dozens of other creators, and then they live stream from there as well. So there's always a lot going on with Butler Family Farm, but Jerry and Susan have been over the top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters over all these years. I believe they've been with us for close to 4 years, if not somewhere thereabouts. And hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm right now, push them towards that 113,000 they're thinking about, and then they'll be ready to live stream tomorrow night. They've been married 41 years, and they run their channel together.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then Rubber Ramada's in Houston, and then Butler Family Farm might be heading there for a meetup next week, pardon me. And then Greenland Quilter Katie's asking about that promotion system. So one of the things I do want to mention when we think about the idea of promoting our channel in that way is I think it's a big decision that a lot of people need to consider before jumping in, because it's very easy for somebody to say like, hey, guess what, you can use a promotion system and jump and bump your channel up. But I have heard from creators who have been happy with it and unhappy with it. So what I would do is I would recommend talking to a couple of different people whether or not you want to promote your channel in that way. Although Jerry, from the very beginning, gave us a very valid reason why promoting the channel would be a good idea for them, and they seem to have enjoyed it, which is great. And like I said, they've got their play button on their wall, so that's something to think about. The other idea has to do, obviously, it is paid advertising, so you will have to pay to do that. And I know that for probably 99% of us, maybe even more, here in the Tuber Chat family, we're actually here to start YouTube channels for the purpose of building a stream of income, as opposed to wanting to pay, right? So that's an idea. And we see channels doing well without it. We see channels doing well with it. So it's a consideration. Keto Simple's in the house. I was lucky enough to catch them for a live stream this morning. They were off last week as they were out. And forgive me because I didn't catch the beginning of the live stream today. So I didn't hear what you had to say about, I believe you were on vacation, if I understood right. But it's good to have you in the house. So thank you for coming in. And then Butler Family Farm, that's an interesting take because something I didn't consider. They haven't used any of their own money for promotions at all. So what I'm taking from that, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the idea the channel already generates revenue. So whether it's paid whether it's not paid advertising, whether it's AdSense or whether it's Super Chats or memberships and things like that, you could take that money and put it back into promotion, and that would speed things up. So that would be an idea, something I don't think about all the time, because I haven't done it myself on any channels that I've touched or run. I haven't done any paid advertising, except in the very beginning of Tuber Chat. I tried another service. I can't remember if I put $10 or $100, so let's call it $100. I can't remember what it was. I think it was only $10 though, but you'll see it in the studio of Tuber Chat whenever I put that on the screen. There's a video there that was made as an advertisement because I wanted to see what it was. I think the service was called Sprizzy, and it was after I did it that I discovered that that's just a third-party service doing the same thing you could have done yourself. So I just don't bother with any of that now. So it's just an idea. So when you think about things like AdSense and Super Chats and memberships, very easy for anybody to start a YouTube channel and build a stream of income. And then the question comes, what are you going to do with the income when it comes, right? And then Keto Simple, thank you for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. And yeah, I was happy to be there this morning. And now I can't for the life of me remember. Forgive me, I went out for a reason earlier today, and there was something specific that you were talking about this morning that I responded to. I think it was talking about days of the week and consistency and things like that. So in Tuber Chat, because this is a different kind of utilitarian channel, if we want to call it that, for channel owners only, basically, I mix up the live streams between days and times, but I would never recommend that to anybody else, almost any other channel. And on my personal channel and any other channel that I run, we've always kept a consistent schedule, unless we're not posting videos. Like, I'm always behind, but when I do put up videos, it's always on Saturday. When I stream, it's whenever I can. But otherwise, consistency in a schedule works for probably 99% of channels. But we do what we have to. And keeping a track of the chat. Thank you for that, Keto Simple. I'll show you something right now. So this is Streamlabs desktop. Or, pardon me, I use Streamlabs desktop for streaming, but this is Streamlabs in the background that anybody can use. And JC Calamity Jane, we're going to talk about your channel in a second. They have this system, and I know I mentioned it in your chat today, Keto Simple Dustin, but when we go on the CloudBot section, Streamlabs is full of features. But they have this loyalty system, and you'll see how the page refreshed here. And what this is going to do, they have this like arbitrary calculation about how active somebody's been in, along with how long they've been in the chat. It's not just the time. And they keep these statistics. So what I do is after every single live stream, I go through and I copy and paste into a spreadsheet all of these statistics. You see the usual suspects are all at the top here. Jesse Journals, Rushing Wind Mountain, Handicap Traveler. I'll put them on the... they're already on the wheel, never mind. Ryan Parker Studios. And when we dig through the list, we can see how much time everybody has spent, but this point calculation has something to do with how active they are as well. So I use this all the time. This is how I determine who goes on the wheel in what order, let's just say. And that is a fantastic thing. And one feature that not everybody may know about with Nightbot is that it keeps logs of your chat. So every single thing that anybody ever says is there for 7 days. So you can copy and paste that out too if you wanted to. It's a bit of a headache. It takes a few minutes of work, but you can. And even when people leave a message and then it gets deleted, whether they deleted themselves or not, it's still there for you to see. So if you wanted to go back for any reason and say, hey, what did that person say that time? It's right there. And these things together can give you an opportunity to make sure nobody is ever forgotten. So I was on YouTube for a couple years before starting Superchat. So luckily I had practice. Luckily I knew about these things. So I've been able to keep statistics for every live stream since the beginning. Literally 880 of them, except for if one of the chatbots is not working or whatever. So nobody ever gets forgotten. You know what I mean? And it keeps track of almost everything. And then, of course, we can copy out our super chats and things like that from our YouTube studio, download our member list. As long as you're doing that more than once a week, once a month, you catch everybody. Life Between Worlds, thank you so much. I know today's a little bit overwhelming, so I already talk a lot, too much in fact, but we're usually on every 3 days and I had to skip a day. You can hear my voice is a little scratchy. We'll probably last another hour for today, but every time I take 1 day off from Superchat, I have too much to say the next time we're on. JC Calamity Jane, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They joined us recently. They've been with us for what I think is a couple of months now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, though. 225 subscribers. They say they're going to help us discover wellness through raising chickens, meal prepping, gardening, and creativity. And I see some shopping and haul videos here as well. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this in a playlist I have. It's lovingly named my catch-up list because I use it to keep caught up or get caught up with creators. It helps me catch up with them. And then shorts on this channel as well. These have gotten into 2,100 views on one of them, 1,700 on another one, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And they seem to be doing these frequently, several times a week. And doing a great job with the thumbnails as well. That's a lot of work. And then I'm going to take a live stream replay for you. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list as well. But hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. We got notification bells on for every single channel. Rockin' Coach Amy, good to see you here. Himani Raj, good to see you back in the house. And then... So, Florida Claimers Ted, it's so funny that you mentioned the hype feature. I forgot about it. That's how much impact it's had in this particular channel. I didn't even think about it. So, hype might be something that can give some help. What we saw when they first expanded it, and it seemed like almost everybody had it, is for the people who do have it available, it was hitting their videos into the top 100. I think Canadian Family Life had one. I can't remember if Jesse Journals and Unboxes or just Jason Keto might have. Now, the Tuber Chat live streams can be hyped, but I actually don't want anybody to do it. And the reason why, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Hyping a Tuber Chat live stream isn't going to help this community because we're only focused on YouTube channel owners, not general viewers. So I would rather everybody hype each other's videos, because we only get 3 a week right now, apparently. Hype each other's videos. On my personal channel, sure. On our copyright-free music channel, sure. And I'll appreciate it as much as anybody. But I'd rather everybody spend those hypes on each other's channels than worry about them here, because we think it can help. I think the way that hype would help the most in this community is if somebody really put a lot of focus on it, or if somebody was trying to push it for somebody else. It's easy for somebody like me, like Jessie Journals and Unboxes. I think she can have hype, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but she just did a video earlier today. So if I tell everybody right now, when you're connecting with Jessie Journals and Unboxes, go to her channel, hype her video. I know Just Jason Keto has it. We can go to his channel and hype his latest video, because we can hype these videos up to 7 days. That might help, because we can get a few people to do it all at once, right? But whenever I've tried on Superchat to do the whole thing where it's like, hey everybody, Florida Claimers Ted is here, everybody go to his channel and subscribe, let's try to get him to 500 or 1,000, or it never works, right? Because we're so focused here on the quality of the connection, right? So it goes against everything I say to say run over there and subscribe. That's not what we do, so that doesn't work. But if somebody did do the whole like go over there and hype their video, it might help. It might. And that makes sense, Florida Claimers Ted. Yeah, hype might only be available to people in the partner program. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. And then I know we've got a few new channels today, and I'm speaking really quickly about a few things. I don't want it to sound like I think I know everything. I certainly don't. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. I do have some experience. I hope to bring that here so that we can discuss ideas, and then everybody can decide what's right for their channel, because different for all of us. The things I do on TuberChat probably wouldn't work for most channels. I don't do the same things on other channels that I run that have traditional videos, whether they're entertaining or whether they're informative or educational or unboxing videos and product reviews and all that other stuff, if that makes any sense. And then thank you, yeah, Himani Raj. My voice is a little scratchy. I'm not sick or anything, but I had to skip a stream for that. I can only usually take 3 hours before my voice disappears, so I had to look after it. I've had times in the past where I've been off for weeks, so very important to look after that kind of thing. And then Rubber Ramada. So forgive me for not being certain, because we haven't even talked about hype in a couple of weeks, but I don't think it's available to everybody yet. I'll have to look up the qualifications again and see if that's right. It might be only to monetize channels. I could be wrong about that, but not everybody had it the last time we checked. And I'm very lucky to have a group of moderators here who share information with each other. Every time we see something, we jump and show each other so that everybody can kind of check out and experiment with everything. And thank you, Scratch and PPA, for that as well. It's 3 hypes that you can give to other people, Gloria's Platter. So the very first time I did it, I think I hyped one of Jason's videos twice, because it was a mistake. And I think I did it with my personal channel. I can't remember for the life of me. But that's an example. I haven't got the phone hooked up in a way that I could probably easily show everybody right now, do I? Or I will maybe attempt it.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Let me see if I can remember what this thing was called. It's probably right in front of me here. iPhone mirroring. And see if this is going to work. I haven't tried this. Lock your iPhone to connect. Here we go, Jessie Journals and Unboxes. So what I should be able to do, I'm controlling this with my mouse right now, sort of. Yeah, here I'm using the mouse. So here's her latest video. She put this out today. So if I go on this video, I'm not going to run it, but I'm going to try to pause it if I can. And then what I can do is I can go through the buttons here, and you notice right beside the super thanks button is a hype button. So I can click this hype button, and this is going to tell me I'm going to give her 2,000 points. And it tells you that you need 54,000 points in total to get to number 100 on the top 100 right now. So I can hype this, and I think it did it. Yeah, it did it. And then let's try one more. We'll go to Jason's channel because he's got a fairly new video as well. And then this video here. And we'll go to the buttons here. There's the hype button, so I can hype this video. I thought there was an animation, but I guess that's it. I guess that's all that's going to happen for this. But it definitely hyped it. And we'll see if Ted has it. Because he asked about it. Why am I... Oh, I'm on my personal channel. Let me subscribe. We'll go to Florida Claimers Ted. They've got a video. This one's 2 months ago. So you got to have a video within the last 7 days, but I might be able to hype your live stream. Let me try this Tuesday one and see if this is going to work. So they don't have the hype button there, at least on this one. Let me try their latest one. And then I don't see the hype button there. So you see what I mean? Not everybody has it. So I'm glad we got a chance to be able to see that. For a second, let me just make sure all my stuff is closed here. And yeah, thank you everybody for your patience while I went through that. But that was just an idea. And then, oh, so just Jason Keto's not able to hype. So my phone happened to be on my personal account. So I can hype from my personal account. I forget whether I can hype with the Superchat account, but I don't think so. Superchat's live streams can be hyped, but I don't want anybody to do that because other people can benefit from that much more. If you think of it, when I drop a video on my personal channel, I'll appreciate it, but I don't want anybody to... I'd rather everybody use them for each other for now, like I said. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then if anybody needs me to elaborate or if I missed something, just please mention it again. Our crafty home is up on the screen.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
We've actually got more time than I thought. I keep forgetting we started at 3:30, so we're on for another hour and 15 minutes or so. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Our crafty home is brand new to Superchat. This is the first time we're looking at this channel. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos, the longer of the two here. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, and I will put your notification bell on and subscribe, of course. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times or every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Yeah, they're really confusing with how they've rolled that out. YouTube's really doing a weird job with some of the things that they're like, well, you could do this on mobile, you could do this on the computer. And then when people complain enough, you get these buttons like this that says visit community. Now we can go and see the post page and the community where people are able to drop things on each other's channels if you enable that, which is something I wondered was going to happen. I sort of predicted it a long time ago because I said, why on somebody's post page, why does it need to say Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen on every single post that they share? I know what channel I'm on. So that had me thinking right from the beginning, I wonder if someday they're going to allow maybe moderators or members or people to post on each other's pages. So you can enable that. It's something I haven't done, so you have to think about that first. And then I missed a question. Rockin' Coach Amy said, why is YouTube showing channel names in live chats only on some channels now? It looks like, unfortunately, that in my opinion, that's going to be a feature that they're going to wipe out completely. So luckily, Superchat still has names for today, but I'm expecting that soon it's going to switch to handles. And there's a trade-off there, right? Handles are easier to read. We're easier to look after our chat. Names are easier to read. We're able to look after our chat easier with names. But when you think about handles, it's impossible for two channels to have the same handle. So that helps people to identify trolls and things like that. So instead of, forgive my rant, instead of YouTube doing something to eliminate trolling, which you have to wonder why they won't do this after 20 years, they decide to find a way for us that is way more difficult and confusing to try to handle it for ourselves. I can't help myself but rant over that. But it looks like the handles are going to be a thing for everybody very soon. So it's weird because they release things sporadically and they're never, ever, ever clear about who's getting what feature at what time until it's time to roll something out to everybody, and then they just say, we're rolling out to everybody. Somebody said to me, I asked somebody the other day, and they said that they don't have their handle set, and that's why the thing worked, but I think they were just guessing, because on Tuberchat, I've always had the handle set, and we have names in the chat right now. I bet they're going to switch, so we'll see. Oh, that might be something. Just Jason Keto came up with something that I haven't thought of yet, is the idea that we might have brand channels. A long time ago, YouTube forced us into this situation. Look at my accounts here, and you'll see I've got this account here, and see how it says Kevin K. Tuberchat? That is likely a brand account, and then the channel, Tuberchat, falls underneath. They forced that on us a long time ago, and I forget if they did that on my personal channel or not. But brand accounts were something that was a really confusing headache. Forgive my negativity. But I don't know why they forced that on us so long ago, but it seems to have been nothing but trouble. So they might have backpedaled that, and now some channels are left with this almost darkness where they can't get gifted memberships and they can't do certain things. There's Ghostly Winds. That's the creator who named my fun catch-up list that we talk about. Miss Seam Ripper, good to see you in the house. Pardon me, I got that wrong. Miss Seam Ripper, good to see you here. There you go. Just Jason Keto. Handles are about security, nothing more. So it kind of makes sense. I think they could have just handled this a long time ago and said, let's just not let names, any channel have more than, let's not let more than one channel have the same name. For instance, I thought handles were going to be a bigger deal. They seem to be now, like they will be soon, but I had predicted a long time ago, and I was wrong about this one. I thought YouTube was going to put focus on handles the way that we use on TikTok and Instagram, where like that basically is your name, right? When somebody asks for your Instagram, you don't say I've got a name, but go look for this other thing. You just say here's the handle. I thought that's what was going to happen. But, you know, like I said, I'm not right about everything. We want to share information here so that we can all learn from each other. But thank you, everybody, for that. And there you go. Thank you. Hype is only for channels with 500 to 500,000 people. That makes sense. Thank you. It's me, Alec. There's a bit of a hint in there as well as to what YouTube considers a small channel. They had always said that 100,000 was their mark for small channels, but maybe they've extended that idea into the idea of 500,000, because that means these are the channels that need the help. That's why we've given them the hype feature. And then, yeah, thank you. It's me, Alec, for that. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is up on the screen because a super chat was dropped by Greenland Quilter Katie so that we would look at this channel. And thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching the mistake that I made earlier. JC Calamity Jane was supposed to be up earlier. I'm a little bit out of order here now. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen has always brought homesteading content in its truest sense, and that means a combination of indoor recipes and ideas, outdoor content as well. And this creator, this is a fairly razor sharp focused channel, as a matter of fact. Sometimes creators bring variety into their channels, but Bella's Whisper Farmstead, all the content seems to complement each other, if that makes any sense, where we look at the shorts videos here and we see that it all falls in line with the long form content and a few live streams, which I'll show you in a moment. But you get an idea of the different things that Kristen is doing here with a little bit of help from Mike, but they do a lot of planning, I believe, in their videos, because this channel's been connected to us for a few years now, and I think they put a lot of consideration into what videos they're going to make, as well as the planning and execution of those videos. Most of the recipes here are easy to follow, simple to make. I believe every single one they've said have turned out better than they expected, at least over the last year or so, because they were doing quite a few of those. Shorts on the channel, like I said, these have gotten into 2,800, 3,900, and then live streams on the channel as well. This creator's been out many times to bring us either a fireside chat or take us for a walk by the creek. I keep saying river, but a walk by the creek. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen lets us know they're going to give us homesteading tips, recipes, how to, and do-it-yourself videos, usually budget-friendly ideas on this channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen, and thank you Greenland Quilter Katie for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. JC Calamity Jane had done the same thing, and it's a generous thing to have done. And then I think I was about to miss a channel here. Oh, for the life of me, I can't see a thing. I think I'm gonna miss, I was just about to miss our crafty home, is that right? Might be too far for me to go back in the chat and see now. Yes, our crafty home is meant to come up. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And we've had an overwhelming list of this stuff today. So thank you, everybody. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, like I always try to say. And then very much appreciated, though. We still got a few channels to go through, including Rushing When Mountain dropped a super chat for Handicapped Traveler, so we'll look at them soon. Life Between Worlds will come after that, and our Crafty Home is coming up next. Now, this kind of thing where somebody drops a super chat for somebody else, I don't want to solicit it, but we've seen that kind of thing many times, and I do appreciate it myself. I know that people like Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen and Handicapped Traveler are going to be happy to have had that happen for them. They'll be appreciative, of course, but it's an incredibly generous thing to do. And Greenland Quilter Katie has done this kind of thing countless times before, literally. Greenland Quilter Katie's growing rapidly and monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They started coming into Tuber Chat just over a year ago, and this creator was putting out a lot of videos giving us a beautiful look at Greenland at the time. Water-based views. You see mountains, glaciers, icebergs, and things we might expect when we hear about Greenland. And then this creator's got a few different types of videos as well. They've given us some shopping videos. They've got a podcast going on their channel. They've got live streams with lots of guests where they might be quilting, but they're always laughing and having a good time. And they bring these live streams out frequently, at least a couple of times a week. I've been lucky to be there many times for these, but then they've got shorts on the channel as well, and these give us even more of a beautiful look around Greenland. And some of these have done really well, 2,900, 3,100 views, which is great to see, including some of that winter weather, of course. So hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie. They're working on 8,300 now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Mona did what? Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And next up, like I said, our crafty home.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So our crafty home is brand new. This is the first time we're looking at this channel on the screen. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take the longer of your two videos here. Now I'm getting the feeling we actually did this already. But I'm going to put that video into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. A Lego Haunted Mansion, actually. Lego's my favorite toy of all time. And then I will give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And forgive me, thank you, Scratch and PPA. I don't know why I missed Keto Simple. Oh, so they dropped a super chat as well. And I might be way out of order here. I still got to look at Rushing Wind Mountain, Life Between Worlds, and Handicapped Traveler. But we're going to look at Keto Simple for a second before we go on our next break. But that's coming up as well. Keto Simple, I was lucky enough to be on Dustin's live stream this morning, and they just took 1 week off, but they're usually on every week consistently. He was actually talking about his schedule earlier today, talking about the fact he used to live stream on Tuesday evenings and now is on Tuesday mornings. I believe he said 10 o'clock, but I'm uncertain if that's Eastern, so forgive me for not being sure. And then Huga Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. When we look at what Keto Simple is doing, they literally want to make keto simple. For anybody that's tried to follow a little bit of keto-based information, there is a lot to learn, and it can be overwhelming. It's not difficult to get started. It's just that there's so much information out there. As soon as you start mentioning it, there's a lot of opinion and a lot of ideas that come out. So the goal behind this channel is literally simplicity, strength, I still don't know how to say this word. Is it satiety? I don't know how to say that properly. And forgive me. Usually I do well with vocabulary, but unfortunately I'm just not familiar with that one. Curmudgeon, Alaska, thank you for coming in. We're actually going to look at a clip from them in another moment. And then we'll look at their channel, actually. But thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and they've done that countless times before as well. And forgive me, now Keto Simple, this creator, like I said, is going to help make Keto Simple between the recipes, the product reviews, and the information and interaction with these live streams. is going to help, because this is where we can do Q&A. And that's basically what I find these live streams to be. When I've caught them on Sunday mornings, which I have many times, it's been a lot of Q&A where ideas come up, the community gets involved in conversation. And this is truly a dynamic creator. You can see that from the roll over here. They also will give you YouTube tips and tricks. And I didn't catch exactly what you said this morning about, if you're still here, Keto Simple, about the idea of possibly having, did I understand, a second channel where you want to show everybody how you do your YouTube thing, how you make thumbnails, how you edit videos, so that people interested in knowing can connect. I can't decipher whether you said you have another channel for that, or if that was members only content over here or something like that. And then they've got Rockin' Coach Amy coming up on the channel in a few days, so that'll be an inspiring live stream to watch. And then they've got shorts over here as well, and some of these shorts have done spectacularly well, getting into 27,000, 50,000, one of them at 161,000. So I'm hoping everybody will connect with Keto Simple. We'll help push them towards the 6,600 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And it's time for us to take another break. So we'll do that right now. And then actually what I'm going to do is play a clip from our interview series. We're going to talk about Curmudgeon, Alaska right away. So I'll play this clip and you'll hear what they have to say in our interview series. I'll talk about their channel right after that for a moment. Then we'll take our break and then we'll come right back. When we talk about your channel and what you bring on YouTube, you're very forthcoming, you and Sarah both, about the idea that you want to share your life with everybody, which you do. Now, from what we've known each other quite some time now, I think it's getting on a couple of years. Forgive me if it's not longer than that, Rob. But what I see is authenticity in your true willingness to share. My imagination tells me that the magic on your channel is that people who are thinking the way that you do find your content and it just clicks with them because they're like, yes, exactly. And that introduction video that you've got featured on the front page today is a perfect example. But I really want to know what you think, because I can have my impression looking through a screen at your content. But where do you think the magic comes in your channel?
We try to keep it as simple as possible. If you see some of our earlier videos, we had an intro, and we noticed we call it a hockey stick effect.
Okay.
Where the videos go like this and they flatline.
Yeah.
So we actually did away with any intros. I might talk for a couple seconds, but then it goes right into the video. And I think that's part of what's been helping, because I started right around the time that the channel really took off. And it seems to help a lot. Trying to add fluff, I don't want to do that. I want to see what's going on. You know, occasionally I might throw in a nice photo or a quick clip, but I don't focus. I want people to see exactly how we're doing it, how we're living, what we're doing, and how we're doing it. Because if I add fluff, you know, to me it's kind of taking it away.
Yes,
you know, I want to see, you know, the authenticity of what we're doing here, and not try to either over dramatize it or over simplify it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing simple about being out here.
It doesn't seem like it, no.
And to dramatize it is just silly. Because it's not real drama. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know, I want it to be real. I want it to be how Sarah and I are. And how you see us interact in our videos is how we interact together and off camera.
It seems that way. It really does. I think you both have, you know, we use the word charisma. It's not quite the right word, but you know what I mean. And I think people can get your authenticity. When you talk about the idea of intros, that's a great tip. I know a lot of our friends won't like to hear it, but when you take the intros out of your videos or cut them very, very short, videos might do better. I've had the same success myself. Everything doubled, tripled, and quadrupled the second I took them off. So there's another example of something that, we all have to make the right decision for our channel. And even though that can be tiring to hear, when somebody like me says, well, there's no real right decision, but it's absolutely true. We all have to check our analytics. We got to stay on top of our audience. Some audiences might like that kind of thing. Some may not as much. Six Pose is back. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I didn't catch you for your live stream this morning, so forgive me for that. I saw that you had been live. And then Curmudgeon Alaska, this is the channel run by Rob and Sarah. Rob was on the screen with me there for a second in a clip that comes from our interview series where I talked to 5 so far creators. The 6th episode is coming up soon. And we talk about how they got their first 10,000 subscribers. Many of these creators have moved on. Curmudgeon Alaska, mostly so. And what I mean by that is they've moved so much farther now where they're at almost 60,000 subscribers. They had an explosion on their channel. We talk about that in the video series so you can get an idea of what might have led up to that. And the idea behind the video series is to get different opinions from different people. Hard as it is to believe, I actually did a little bit less talking than I usually do because I wanted to hear what they have to say. I have my own opinions. We hear those every time we're here. But these creators share things that I may not always agree with. They don't all say the same things as each other about how to grow your channel. So it's very informative. And I hope everybody will go back and look at that interview because I had a great time talking to Rob. But I call them interviews, but they really turn into friendly conversations, as you see, because all of the creators featured have been with us for years. We've probably had conversations or phone calls or Instagram or Facebook or whatever we want to call those now more than once behind the scenes over the years as well. A chance to get to know each other, let's say. I'm going to grab the latest video. I see they've got a few here over the last couple weeks. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. But you see the different types of things they're doing here and shorts on this channel as well. Rob and Sarah have got shorts getting into 5,000, 7,000, 33,000 views. I think this one's still getting views, and I think it's fairly new if I'm not mistaken, right? And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've got a couple live streams ready to go. One of them's going to be today in a few hours. Tons of content today. Sundays at 8 o'clock seem to be a heavy time. Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere. Curmudgeon Alaska will likely be on for at least an hour, close to it. And then there's a couple other things that we've seen today. So Curmudgeon Alaska, hopefully everybody will connect with. They got a live stream coming up tomorrow as well. That's going to be right after Butler Family Farm. So we'll be looking forward to both of these. I should be able to catch you, maybe even for both of them. And Curmudgeon Alaska is a completely off-grid homestead and Airbnb in Alaska, and they show us all the ins and outs of that homesteading journey as well. So hopefully everybody will connect. Oh, that short is a year old. I must be mistaken. Forgive me for that, Curmudgeon Alaska. For some reason, I thought that this one might have been newer, but maybe because it's getting views. Is there any chance that I'm right about that? Is that one started to pick up in views? Or am I just completely wrong about that? Face the Ace, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, thank you also, Curmudgeon Alaska, Rob, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Let's go for 3.5 minutes, and then we're coming right back. Timmy the Racing channel's making me laugh. I'm expecting to come out with more music. I've actually got a bit of music that hasn't been added to the Thrive Together channel yet, so I'll pardon me, Timmy the Racing channel's making me laugh. I've got some extra music that hasn't been added to the copyright-free music channel Thrive Together yet, but I'll try to get that out in the next long while. But I'm expecting to bring more music as well. For anybody that hasn't seen it, we're talking about our copyright-free music channel, which you can find on the front page of the Superchat channel, if that makes sense, at the bottom. Takes a minute to get to know the name here. It's just the words Thrive Together with no vowels. And you can find that channel, and all the same music you hear in the background of Superchat is available as copyright-free music. It's on every platform. It's on iTunes and Spotify and Deezer and Amazon Music and Google Music and everything else, YouTube Music. So easy for everybody to get a hold of, let's just say. And then Life Between Worlds. Oh, lots of content ready to be edited, which is great to know. So we'll be looking forward to that. Travel is always a huge category. Handicap Traveler brings us travel content, actually. I'm just going to grab their latest video, put this in my catch-up list as well. This channel's gone through quite a massive change, but this creator is always going to bring us travel from a certain perspective. And a bit of homesteading style content as well. Some cooking videos and things like that. They might bring us to some more local places, distant travel when they can, but you get an idea on the about section for what we can expect here. They've got a premiere coming up. That's a little bit later, closer to December, it looks like, the beginning of the month. So we'll keep an eye out for that. They post pretty frequently. They've got shorts over here as well, including some winter weather where they're able to bring us all 4 seasons. They've gotten into 2,700 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they tend to do these live streams on the last Friday of every month, if I remember correctly. Did I miss? Oh, they did one yesterday. Yeah, forgive me. I was out all day and night yesterday. And then hopefully I will catch you the next time you're going to do one of these, but they tend to do them once a month. And then, oh, thank you. Yeah, Cruising on the High Season Travel. No, I was just about to put a call out, actually, for any of our members or moderators still listening or watching, just to be active in the chat. I'll put you back on the wheel. But I remove names occasionally when I haven't seen somebody for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes and things like that. And then Hook by Blair. We still got 45 minutes to go. I'm going to go as fast as I can. We'll get to as many channels as possible. Handicap Traveler was put up because Rushing Wind Mountain dropped a super chat for them a while ago.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then, pardon me while I'm just addressing something here. Like I said, Rushing Wind Mountain dropped a super chat so that we would look at Handicap Traveler, and we've seen that kind of thing a couple of times today. Greenland Quilter Katie did the same kind of thing. Both of these creators have done this kind of thing before. Rushing Wind Mountain has been with us for many years. I'm going to talk about their channel in a second. I noticed Handicap Traveler says they actually switched their live stream this month so they could give out some Halloween candy, which is really cool. I really wanted to see everybody's Halloween content more than anything else, so we've set up our streams. I would have rescheduled the calendar, but I had to move it around a while ago anyway. We won't be streaming on Halloween that day. I can't remember how the days fall right now when we'll be streaming, but the next few streams are already posted. But I'm looking forward to everybody's streams and things. My intention is to be on YouTube as much as possible that day and night. And then Oh, yeah, thank you. All about the alternative. What I do try to discourage here is just simple self-promotion. So when people are like, I've got a video, come everybody and watch it, or I'm going live right now, everybody, and things like that, because other channels will get so angry, right? If we have, like, I don't know if there's 35 people watching now or something like that, if 2 people left to go to somebody else's live stream, it's not going to affect what we're doing here, so I don't need to get upset about it. But I have a hard time believing anybody's going to leave what we're doing just to watch content that they can go and see afterwards, because the magic of what happens on this channel, I often say, and have said a million times before over the years, is that the magic is the conversations that happen between creators in the chat here, the friendships that are built between creators. It's the whole reason why the channel was called Tuber Chat in the first place, instead of Tuber Guy or Tuber Man or Tuber whatever else we could have called it. I'd been on YouTube a couple years already, and this is not my idea. There are hundreds of other channels that were doing this. There could still be. There were thousands probably at one point. It was a huge category and genre to have growth streams. But I knew when I started, or at least I bet when I started, that the idea of the friendships between creators would be what drives the success. And here's why. If we do everything we can here to help each other, and many people are going to make it, let's just say, get everything they want out of YouTube. We hope everybody does. But if you find success on YouTube and you have been a part of this community, my bet is that when you have to talk about your channel, your success, and your top 10 supporters, you're going to have no choice but to say, I met them at Tuber Chat. Not all of them, but some of them. You know what I mean? And that's why this channel continues to grow. And I'm glad I was right about that, because I was overwhelmed when I was first introduced to the small YouTuber community by a few people. Some of them have been here today. Jeremy D-Day, AceFlaw1, they were both with me before I even started this channel, on my personal channel, if you can imagine. And the idea was, come with us, we're going to introduce you to all our friends, and everybody helps each other. And I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've had a lot of help in my life. I've made a lot of friends, but I've also been with a lot of groups where it's kind of like, okay, well, we're a group, but you can't let too many people in because there won't be enough success for everybody. Whereas here, it works out to be the opposite. The more we give to each other, the more we do for each other, the more we all get. And myself personally, and this channel is a perfect example of how that's true. So it's just an idea. And then all about the alternative might be a few days before they get some content up, but that's okay. We talk about often the idea of taking a break. And what I have found personally is on every channel I've touched or run, we try to put out videos every week. If we have to take a week off, it takes about a month to get the momentum back, but it always comes back. So hopefully you find that to be encouraging. And yes, it's interesting to see that we're here for 3 hours. I don't expect anybody to be here for any amount of time. But we do have a few people who are here. If you could imagine, Scratch and PPA in the chat, and most of our moderators have been here. The moderators you see here regularly, and I know you're here for the first time today when I talk about Life Between Worlds, but some of our moderators have been with me literally for 5 years here. Scratch and PPA is a standout because he's literally been here over 800 times, probably approaching 850 times. And that's not an exaggeration. He's been here for the entirety of the stream. Michael's Adventures now, he's been here as much as he can be for the last 5 years, but over the last year, he's been here for every single stream for the entirety. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, Just Jason, Keto, and more. The Stock Explorer, all here as often as they can be for lengthy amounts of time. Canadian Family Life, for maybe 2 years now, has been here for every stream, the entirety of the stream. In and out, everybody's got to do what they got to do. Even I get up and get a coffee or do what I need to do. We can only do as much as possible, but when we do, everybody is just fine. We see channels growing. It's not easy, but I promise you it's become easier over the years. You know, I've been on for 8 years now, and we're seeing channels growing and hitting milestones and getting monetized faster than ever before. Rushing When Mounted is a channel that's been with us for about 5 years. Ruby is the name of the creator behind this channel, from the Pacific Northwest, and they bring us a mix of pleasing audio and visuals in their video shorts and streams that feature nature and wildlife. They often talk about being in the same kind of ballpark as ASMR because of the pleasing audio and visuals. Their videos can go anywhere from a minute up to 12 hours long. And you see that mix here. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got. They've got a new one coming out tomorrow, but I'll put this one into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. They've got shorts on their channel as well. And if you dig through these, you're going to find some humorous moments because of the wildlife here. I see they've got a brand new short that's got into 3,900 views, 39,000 views now, which is great to see. And it's always exciting when we raise the bar on our own channel. When you got a video, you know, Rushing When Mountain's got a couple here at 11,000, 13,000, 16,000. That's already exciting. Then when you have one that just kind of explodes and knocks that, you know, #1 spot right out of right out of that ballpark, it's always exciting. Desert Living, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Mariana Latrinia, good to have you here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know Fairbrick Studio's still with us. Desert Living, thank you so much. I see you said you're heading on out on the road. And then, yes, Butler Family Farm stays. They're not a mod. I don't add a lot of moderators here. You notice there's like a core group of about 10. There's really only about 20 on the whole channel. And some of them are here occasionally, but you see the ones that are here all the time. But I don't want everybody to have to moderate. You know, we do as much as we can to make the idea of moderating as easy as possible here. You see, I put the 20-minute time limit on. All of these creators care deeply, and there's many more. There's got to be 100 other channels over the years that I would consider would be great moderators here, but it's just not necessary, so we just don't do it. We don't do link drops and things like that, so I don't want everybody to have to do that. It's better for us if everybody's focused on connecting with each other, because again, you'll have no choice when time goes on years from now to say, well, you know, some of my most supportive people have come from this channel called Superchat. And for anybody starting, asking how did you do it, you'll pretty much have to say you got to see this channel, because that's where I met a lot of the people you see in my live streams and things like that. Itchin' to Scratch UK, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, yes, I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators, though, because, first of all, they're all dear friends of mine, and they're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. So when you're on any of their channels, including Butler Family Farm and many other creators that are here with us, I know Vintage Style by Joe is still here with us. There's lots of channels here in the Tuberchat family, if not all, that will allow people like Rushing When Mountain to connect in their live streams and premieres. Not only allow it, but encourage it, if that makes any sense. You'll always meet lots of friends in Butler Family Farm because their live streams have just exploded. I think they've got even into 100 people watching at times. They do a lot of giveaways and things like that, but they've been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here for as long as I can remember. It's years now. Jerry tries to be here every day. He's been overly generous, both in real life as well as here in YouTube. And what I mean, like, he's even sent things over, some of the beautiful woodworking he's done and things like that. And another creator who cares deeply about the YouTube journey and his fellow creator. Same goes for Susan, Jerry and Susan on Butler Family Farm. The Scout Scratcher, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And forgive me, I know I get into these speeches and I talk too much, but we're going to get into more channels. I'll start moving as fast as I can so we get to as many as possible in the next half hour or so. And then Emotion has a premiere for us. And then, yes, I always appreciate every moment, Butler Family Farm. I'm only able to do as much as I am for everybody. And that's part of this as well. If you imagine, okay, so this guy Tuberchat that, keeps yapping for 3 hours here about channels, I'll show you an example of giving more than is expected to receive, right? Or to be received. When I talk about some of the channels I just mentioned and the fact that they're here so often and for pretty much the entirety of the live streams, they do it knowing that it's impossible for me to return the favor. Every one of them knows okay, well, Tuber Chat comes around some of the time. I even miss sometimes Scratch and PPA's premieres, and he puts them out once a week. He's only on for 13 to 18 minutes a week. That's it. He's here for 9 hours a week in these live streams. I'm only on his channel for an average of 15 minutes a week, and he does it anyway. And that's an example of what I mean. We couldn't have known this was going to be the case. You know, I'm lucky that I was right when I started, that there are generous people out there. But the generosity of some of these creators, the fact that they're here, and I know there are people who hang out longer than they would have if it was just about connecting with other creators, because they hang out to support me, or they say hang out to support the channel, or, you know, do me a favor and things like that. I know all that as well, and I appreciate it. But I hope that what everybody takes from this is the idea that, wow, this is unbelievable and real. There are really people out there that will do not 10 times, but 100 times more for other people than they will have given back to them, even by the people who they consider most supportive. And they do it anyway, right? There's things in life that we just do. It's not fair. It's not right. Life's not fair, but we do it anyway, because we know that what we get from it is going to be more than we wanted in the first place. So forgive me, I know my speeches go on and on. I say that same things over and over. Stock Explorer is making me laugh. I feel so bad. I missed the Stock Explorer. Pete even tried to post it, and I missed them by just a few minutes. Rushing Wind Mountain also does live streams here, and it's more pleasing audio, pleasing visuals. They've experimented with both horizontal and vertical or portrait live streams, and they've found some success with those as well. Some of the live streamers I see out there doing vertical or portrait live streams are just killing it. There was a channel, and forgive me, I'm just going to show this to you. And then we're going to look at Life Between Worlds. And Rushing Wind Mountain, thank you for the super chat, by the way. They've done that many times before. I certainly do appreciate that. This is a channel called Destined to Recover. Now, she's been in Tuber Chat a few times. This creator, I see her live streaming just about every day. She just hit 10,000 subscribers. And I can't be sure, but I believe that this was 100% organic. I don't think she's ever bought fake viewers. I don't think she's ever promoted. I don't think she's ever done anything like that. She just live streams every day. Now, I haven't been watching every single stream. You see, I catch her occasionally, even though she's on sometimes multiple times a day. But I've been curious to see how the channel's been doing, because she came into Tuber Chat a few times. This creator, I believe, works as dispatch for Amazon, unless that's changed. But they're able to stream every day. Imagine having a job where you're able to stream the whole time, take phone calls while you're streaming, use Wi-Fi the whole day, and this is what she's been able to do. But this creator has run up 10,000 subscribers in not very much time. Let's see when she started. I just wanted to show this to everybody because it shows you the power of these vertical live streams. May 23rd, 2000. Okay, so 2015. So she's been on longer than I thought, but her channel just started exploding when she did these vertical live streams. She's on all the time. And she does a pretty good job of keeping up with the chat and avoiding the trolls. You know how trolls come into some of the chats, and if you can't get rid of them right away, they can be distracting. My advice to everybody is just to ignore them if possible. But, you know, in my opinion, if I'm right, she deserves it because, like I said, it's completely organic. She just happens to do this. But I just wanted to show that to everybody because I hope it's motivating. I know these kind of things can bring up feelings of jealousy, like, oh, wow, I wish I had 10,000 subscribers and I wish I would grow that fast and everything. But she puts in the work, like the J. Jordan. This is another creator. I forget how many subscribers. We're going to look at their channel in another moment and see how many they have. The J. Jordan's been with us a long time. That creator is on every day, I don't think they've promoted. I'm unsure. I don't think they've bought any fake subscribers or anything like that. And, you know, those things are all different. But all I'm talking about is the idea that it's 100% organic, right? With the Jay Jordan, that creator live streams every day. They're on their own channel. They're on other people's channels. They put out workout videos, music videos. They take us outdoors. They are hard at working on YouTube, and they kill it for that reason. So I'll show you in a few minutes here. Life Between Worlds, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. This is a brand new channel here. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of your video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then the Scout Scratcher, we're going to look at in a second. And thank you again for that super chat. The Scout Scratcher did the same thing. The Jay Jordan gifted a membership. We're going to look at their channel next, and then I'll get back to spinning the wheel. And then it seems that way, all about the alternative, that the algorithm just doesn't want to seem to pick up your content, right? But what happens, in my opinion, from what I've seen on every channel that I've at least run or touched, what happens is that we put out videos every week if we can, right? And I'm talking about putting out a quality piece of content every week. It's up to you to decide what quality is, but we all know what I mean. And then eventually, if you do this for a long time, you're not worried about every video, you're worried about building a catalog of videos. Eventually, a couple of them take off. And you'll be amazed, and you'll forget what it was like to be just wishing for that 100 views or wishing for that 1,000 views, or in a lot of cases when we start, wishing for the 15 or 20 views. Every channel grows, and you'll hear it in the stories that I tell here about channels. I hope that is motivating or inspiring, but I promise you, I know the frustration of doing all these things as well. I have done stream after stream after stream. I think I did 10 in a row where they all broke because of the internet and was just snapping. I literally had to look up at the sky and say, you can cut me off as much as you want. I'm never gonna stop until this works. And even that kind of attitude about tenacity and perseverance can be helpful. Hopefully everybody doesn't have to resort to that, but you know what I mean. Emotion New Soul, thank you for the gifted membership, by the way. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We'll get them up in another second. They got a premiere right after Tuber Chat in another 25 minutes or so. One of the things that I can give everybody for a little bit of help, and thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. I saw the source just rated, so anybody coming in from the source, thank you for that. When we think about premiering, when we think about live streaming, even our videos, my recommendation is to put them up into the YouTube studio several days, if not a week in advance. Fill out everything we can, including title, thumbnail. I hope everybody's using the A/B testing thing if you have time for that. The tags, the description, even a few hashtags you can still put in there, and things like that. Poetic Tears, thanks for coming in from the source. The source, a simple family lifestyle. Good to see you in the house. The source is on the wheel. They're a member, of course, so thank you for coming in. Thank you again for the raid. They've sent over lots of friends over the last few months. And yeah, forgive me, I'm going to have to move it. Ellen Smile, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. The Scout Scratcher is up here. This is another channel I'm still getting to know. Lottery ticket scratching is a huge category and genre on YouTube. It can be very exciting, some of the premieres and live streams. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch up list. That's a fun name for a playlist that I have where I keep caught up or get caught up with creators, so we could call it the catch up list. It was named by Ghostly Winds, an Australian friend who was in the chat earlier. And then I see that they're posting videos frequently, pretty much daily, sometimes more than once a day, and then live shorts on the channel. These have gotten now into 4,800, 5,700 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well, and they seem to be doing these fairly frequently. We're probably due for one because it's been a few days. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Scout Scratcher. We'd love to push them towards the 2,200 subscribers that they're thinking about. It is a double raid day, actually. Yes, Jessie Journals and Unboxes raided with her premiere before we started, so thank you for that. I don't know if that might be the first time ever. Hard to believe, actually, after 5.5 years, but it might be the first time we've had 2 raids in one day. I'm unsure. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Thank you for anybody that came in from our dear friend The Source. I know a few people might be waiting in the background. Let me try to turn that timer down if I can. I'll show everybody what on earth I'm talking about here. If I go into the YouTube studio and I go into the content tab, I can catch the live stream that we're on right now. And I can go into the customization. I'll turn that down to 1 minute for right now. But I'll appreciate everybody's patience. And then Meritage Shades of Life, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that mistakenly. Chris, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. The Source is sending over a bunch of friends. So there was a 20-minute time limit on the chat. I always keep that to help with trolls and things like that. I promise you it really helps. But that's off now. So anybody who's been subscribed for a minute can come in. We're into the last 20 minutes of the stream or so, so I'm going to have to step on it. The Source gifted a membership as well. The J. Jordan gifted a membership as well. This is a creator, like I said, approaching 10,000 subscribers. Now, the J. Jordan, watch what happens when I go through their videos. Of course, I'm behind, but I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'll grab the 10-minute one here. Forgive me, this creator's long monetized and everything else. But when we dig through their videos, look at how many videos they've put out, including members-only content, just in 2 weeks. That's a dozen videos. More. It's almost 20 videos in 2 weeks this creator's put out. They could be doing fitness. They could be doing music. They could be taking us on their motorcycle. They could be flying a drone. They might be taking us bowling. They are on all the time. Shorts on this channel, 17,000, 21,000 views. This creator works out every day and films it, goes for walks every day, films it, goes on adventures every day, films it, and gets involved in a lot of StreamYard panels as well. So this is an example of a creator, and they continue to support others. They're in and out of other people's streams all the time. Every time I visit the J. Jordan, they come and visit. I believe they have a system where they're keeping track of every single person that comes into their premieres and streams, because I'm telling you, it's like clockwork. Every time I catch them, like this stream this morning, they're here for Tuber Chat every single time without fail. Chris with 2 S's, good to see you in the house. I think that's a second channel. Oh, they got an extra channel. 3 channels. Big Boy Snacks Johnny TV still here. I hear myself screaming at the camera. I gotta calm that down because of my voice here. But thank you everybody for coming in. The J. Jordan, thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And Emotion New Soul dropped a super chat. We'll look at them right now.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And Emotion New Soul is a talented singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. this creator usually brings us his original works in the form of music videos. He's got one coming up today in about 20 minutes from now. We've got our raid set. I'm going to do what I can to keep our time, keep on time there. I'm going to start dropping the link for that premiere actually right now. I should do one more thing here in the background. My dear goodness, are we moving? And thank you everybody for today. It's been overwhelmingly busy. I wasn't expecting it to quite be as busy as it is today. We're always busy, but today's overwhelming. So I appreciate that. And then Emotion New Soul, like I said, has this premiere coming up. I'll drop the link right now. Red's Room, good to see you in the house. Deb Real, good to see you here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Miss TikTok Girl, Miss Vlogs, good to see you here. And hopefully everybody's feeling welcome. Emotion New Soul, like I said, has a new video today. This creator does a few behind the scenes looks at how the music is made. This creator as well does some reaction videos. They've got shorts on the channel as well that have gotten into 1,400, 1,700 views. And sometimes they give us live performances. If you haven't already heard this creator, you're going to be impressed, I promise you. And I believe the reason why this creator's music sounds familiar, even if you haven't heard them before, is because of their years of songwriting experience, including their production, including their performances. So Writing with Emotion New Soul is a complimentary channel where they give us a behind the scenes look, more so of how the music is made and the man behind the music. More reaction videos where they can critique other performers. They do some shorts on this channel as well, getting close to 1,000 views. And then live streams usually involve compilations over here of their original works. King Morgan, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. So hopefully everybody will connect with Emotion New Soul on both of his channels. We'll spin the wheel and get to our next channel right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
I'll put the source up right now to thank you for that raid, even though Jessie raided us and I haven't done the same thing for her. But thank you for that. Scratch and PPA will be up next. We're going to go over to Emotion's channel. I dropped a link for that. I meant to pin it. I'll do it in a second so everybody can get over there easily. Because it's a premiere, the chat's already running. I'll come over there as well. And we can continue connecting the same way we are here. I'm going to have to cut this stream off in 15 minutes, right when we get to that premiere. Hopefully Emotion has a nice 5-minute intro for us. But we'll be able to continue connecting, and I'll join everybody over there as well, if that makes sense. The Source is working on 2,700 subscribers. This is another creator who seems to be on almost daily. They've got a brand new video here. I'm just going to take that video. This is a new system that they've got, which is really cool. They give a lot of help to other YouTubers. Sometimes they bring out content that features the creator themselves, but they're doing a lot on this channel to promote others. And they've done this as long as we've known them. They've been with us for many months now. As soon as the Source started coming in here, I believe even after their first time in a Tuber Chat live stream, they started sending friends over here, and I appreciate that because we still got some of those friends today. 1,200, 1,400 views on some of the shorts over here, and then live streams are frequent. They seem to be live several times a week. One of the things they do is this support wheel, which works similarly to what we do in Tuber Chat. They're promoting other channels, and they do a lot of interviews as well. These 5 questions with other creators as a series, and sometimes we get to just hang out with the creator behind the Source when they do random live streams and random videos as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. Of course, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And now we're going to look at Scratch and PPA.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see a beloved and dedicated moderator here in the TuberChat channel. He's been with us for over 5 years now. This creator posts with perfect consistency. So if you want to see the effect that consistency can have, Scratch and PPA premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. In the rare occasions over the last 5 years that this creator has not been able to premiere, they still dropped a video at that time in that slot. If you can catch him for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the TuberChat family. Faster than what we've got going on here, faster than almost any other. He rivals those of Butler Family Farm, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, The Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Scratch and PPA pits 2 different lottery tickets against each other, but gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, X, or Facebook, which of course I do. He's dressed up his channel for the Halloween season, which is cool to see. This creator as well has presentation at the forefront of his mind. You see his bright, beautiful avatar, which is changed for the Halloween season right now, matches the content in the thumbnails here, and they give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banner's actually updated every single week no matter what, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production 5.5 years ago. This creator's monetized, a fellow Canadian he happens to be. Memberships and super chats available when we get to his channel. He expanded his content a couple years ago when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts, as well as some Italian lottery tickets, and then a live stream came from this creator as well. His first ever. I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but more so we're happy to see he's expanded the content on his channel. His premiere set up for Tuesday. He usually gets those ready by Saturday, so he's got a few days to percolate in the YouTube system, the recommendation engine, and the algorithm, of course. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards the 2,600 subscribers we know he's thinking about.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Canadian Family Life is also a beloved and dedicated moderator here. I talked about this channel earlier. She's been with us a couple years now. And Canadian Family Life is one of the fastest growing channels we originally saw over the last 5 years. She got to her first 3,000 subscribers in just over a year. Now, Tiffany is incredibly supportive to others. I see her out supporting other creators probably every day in premieres and live streams. And I've seen her featured on dozens of StreamYard panels on other people's channels. It's a great way to grow your channel. Collaborating with others, you'll certainly grab a handful of their most supportive supporters whenever you're featured anywhere. This creator has got some content right now. They came over to Ontario. I wasn't able to go and meet up with them, unfortunately. They're still like 6 hours away from me or whatever it was. But I've got the latest video. I've put that in my catch-up list. This is a family channel. Tiffany gets the whole family involved. Her husband Chris has a channel called Chris's Creation Fun. He does additional do-it-yourself videos, 3D printing, solar equipment work, and product reviews on that channel. Over here, he helps, and the whole family does, they're in and out of the channel all the time, with product reviews, food bank grocery hauls, cooking videos, baking videos, challenges between family members, and then more product reviews on this channel as well. They've got shorts over here. These have gotten into 5,100, 5,600 views. They're able to bring us all 4 seasons. You see some of that winter weather's done well for them. Live streams on the channel. Canadian Family Life is usually on approximately once every month, but this is another creator who can go live whenever they want. They'll have a flood of support coming in because of what they do for other people. And then thank you all about the alternative. I always appreciate the kind words everybody says about this community and what we've got going on here. And then let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
It's me, Alec, and the Stock Explorer. Let me know if you're still here. I know the Stock Explorer was here just a minute ago, but it's me, Alec. Please just let me know if you're still here. Vintage Style by Joe, I've added to the wheel. I always add at least a couple of names, I promise, at every stream from our chat list. And then Hooked by Blair is going to be added to the wheel right now. But I'm going to race through these channels. Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen. This is Andy. This is a creator who typically live streams every day as well. And pardon me while I just get the link for our raid. We're going to go over to Emotion New Soul. This is another creator who's been a beloved and dedicated moderator for several years here. He's got a premiere coming up in another 10 minutes. Crafty Witch 232 is working on 4,400 subscribers. I see they're putting out members only content, which is cool as well. They've got a couple dozen videos here showing us a bit of creativity, a couple of collaborations there as well. Shorts give you a real idea of what's happening on this channel. Andy creates all different types of crafts, a bit of focus on cross stitch as well as crochet and 3D printing. When I click the popular tab, you get an idea of some of the pop culture references that have done really well here. 3,000, 10,000, 14,000 views on some of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So like I said, this creator is on just about every day, very close to it, usually creating and crocheting for hours. Sometimes they do different things. I've seen them play a video game or do some cross stitch, and they're monetized. Hopefully everybody will help push them towards the 4,400 subscribers we know they're thinking of. This is another channel that has become one of the fastest growing organically, if that makes any sense, channels that I've seen in the Superchat family. Oh, Life Between Worlds, your clocks went back already. Ours, I don't think, go back for another at least week, if not 2 weeks. I'm uncertain about that. It happens around Halloween for us, usually.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Pardon me. And then Hooked by Blair is up on the screen. This is a creator I'm still getting to know. They've got 119 subscribers right now, so it's great to know they've long got their first 100 locked in. We'd love to push them towards the 200 we know they must be thinking about. When we're connecting with creators here, we always want to make sure we're watching videos that are 3 minutes or longer. There's plenty of them here, so I'm just going to grab this 4-minute video. I'll put that into my catch-up list. I'm already connected to the channel, but just for the sake of saying, and then when we're connecting, we want to leave a meaningful, genuine comment. I recommend 3 or 4 sentences, so that your comment really stands out. We all know what it's like on our videos. Rarely do you get a paragraph or a few sentences. So when you do, it's easy to see, and then you can go back and connect with the creator by clicking on their name in the YouTube studio. Shorts on this channel seem to be doing well, getting into 1,000 views, 1,400 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I got notification bells on for everybody, of course. Thank you, Michael's Adventures. In the Eastern time zone, he's actually 1 time zone away from me, but we're going to be doing our time change on November the 2nd. So that'll be interesting to see right after Halloween this year. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Poetic Tears is still in the house. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is Rob, another fellow Canadian, actually, is coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then cruising on the high seas and travel, Rob is going to bring us cruising content whenever he can. As far as I understand, he's on a cruise right now, as a matter of fact, and Jeremy and Cheryl might be joining him. I'm not sure who else is going to be there. Cruising on the high seas and travel, whenever he's not traveling, is bringing us food reviews from different popular restaurants and takeout food places. I recognize most of what I see here because I only actually live a few hours away from him, so I'm able to eat at all the same franchises and chains and things like that. But he's inspired me even to head out and grab a bite from Little Caesars, we call it. They've got these little pizza things that look like little tarts, and they're delicioso, so I was happy to have that. Rob as well has got some shorts here, 1,800, 2,400 views, and then otherwise he's going to bring us travel-based content like cruising and a lot of cruising discussion. He gets involved in tons of StreamYard panels with a lot of travel channels. We've been on panel together actually just a couple of months ago. There's Eddie Lugo Studios right there. Jeremy and Cheryl are joining him. Ryan from PK Adventure Travels is there. A lot of familiar faces, and Rob's got tons of friends here in these StreamYard panels, so you'll likely meet more friends while you're over there. He's working on 1,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther. Red's Room, I'm in Niagara Falls. I grew up in Toronto, but I moved to Niagara Falls almost 10 years ago, 9.5 years ago, and still here now, although I work all the way around the Golden Horseshoe, we call it, so I still end up working in Toronto, and I'm there frequently, but Niagara Falls, and it's beautiful here. I know I've got the Toronto background. I thought about changing it to Niagara Falls, but I just keep forgetting. And then All About the Alternative is in the GTA as well. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes is up here. I hope everybody will click that link. I put it in the chat a few times. I'm going to do it again. Emotion has Emotion New Soul has a premiere coming up. Now, we're always busy here in Tuber Chat, and I'm grateful for that. We have a vibrant live stream and a wonderfully solid channel. Today is overwhelmingly busy. We had a couple of raids. First of all, Jessie Journals and Unboxes gave us a raid when she dropped her video to start us off, and then The Source came in with a bunch of friends as well, and I know we got a few new channels here today. It's always busy, not always quite as overwhelming. So we get to as many channels as we can in a 3-hour period. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today, but we're going to go over and you can continue connecting with Emotion New Soul right now. I know we talked today about a few more creators that are doing live streams tonight. Michael's Adventures will be dropping a premiere for half an hour at 8 p.m. Eastern. He premieres every single day, and because it's not because he's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, but all of our moderators allow and encourage people to connect in their live streams and premieres, including Emotion New Soul and Michael's Adventures, who are both going to be on. So lots of time to continue connecting to people. I'm going to put Vintage Style by Joe up in a quick second. I'm going to spin the wheel just for fun. Jessie Journals and Unboxes dropped her latest video today, and she has unboxed over the years as many different things as anybody probably could. Lots of crafting supplies, hence the journaling and collages lately. She shows us a lot of the things she makes with the things that she unboxes. She's got collaborations with lots of other people as well, Happy Mail videos and things like that. Sometimes she does hauls, but she's done everything from bath and beauty products to crafting supplies to snacks to jewelry, basically you name it on this channel. She's got washi tape here. In the shorts she features some of the things she finds, snacks over here, jewelry, bath and beauty products throughout, as you can see, stationery, crafting supplies. And then this creator goes live occasionally occasionally, but she's another creator who's so supportive to others that she can go live anytime she wants, and she'll have a flood of support in the chat. Her support for all of us over the last 5 years has actually increased, and that's a tough trick when you are following more and more creators over time. We all know how tough that must be.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So thank you one more time, everybody, for the time that you spent. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time everybody's here. I hope everybody will thank our moderators, because I know this stream seems overwhelming, but I promise you they help me make this look easy. I make as many mistakes as anybody, and they help this run smoothly. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Vintage Style by Joe is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter working on 2,600 subscribers. She tends to be here for just about every stream and almost the entirety of the streams lately as well, and I appreciate that also. She's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Tons of creativity on this channel. She tends to talk about quilting and scraps that she uses from materials and fabrics to make vibrant, colorful things. Usually around the home, but she makes a lot of traditional things like quilts and mug rugs and pillows and things I've seen on this channel. Shorts over here as well have gotten into 1,500, 2,700 on a couple of these, and then live streams. I've been lucky enough to catch her many times. It hasn't been for about a month now. I can't believe it's been that long. Once a month she does live streams to support animal shelters, which I think is a great idea. I'm always happy to see creators using their powers for good, and then otherwise she's creating, but you can see she's a dynamic host and she does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she's streaming as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe. This stream is going to run for an extra 3.5 minutes, and then I'll see you over with Emotion. His premiere's already started. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream.